In this video, we're going to talk about sorting data in Excel. So sorting data might be helpful in a few different contexts. It's just kind of organizing data in a way that makes most sense, maybe for you, maybe for someone else that you're passing the data along to. So if I look at this spreadsheet right now, and I kind of think about each movie in here, I'm not quite sure what ordering these movies are in. It feels a little bit random at the moment. So maybe what I'd like to do is organize these movies by year. Maybe I'd like to see the most recent movies on top, the oldest movies at the bottom. So one option that I could use to do that is to use the filter option. So if I go up here, if you're on a PC at least, this is where it would be. It'd be under the Data tab. If you're on a Mac, it might be in a different place, but hopefully it's not too hard to find. And there's this filter option right here. So if I click that, notice that you see a little drop-down arrow show up on all of the columns. That's going to be the case unless you're highlighted on a particular cell. If you're highlighted, sorry, a particular column. If you highlight a particular column, it's only going to show up on that column, but go ahead and just have it show up on all of the columns here. Now, if I click on this drop-down arrow, I want you to notice here these sort smallest to largest and sort largest to smallest options. If I want the most recent years on top, that means that I want the largest numbers on top. So I'm going to click that option. And notice, by the way, that not only did the values in this column change, all of these entries kind of moved as well. And that's important because each row represents one movie. It's one unit of observation in this data context is one movie. So when I sort the data, I want the whole unit of observation to sort with it, not just the years in isolation. So let me show you what you shouldn't do, of what that looks like if you didn't do that, just to kind of make this point. So let's say that I was only selected on year, and let's say that I tried to let's see if it lets me do this. Yeah, so it's going to give me a warning in this case that I'm sorting this column in isolation. Are you sure that's what I want to do? So let's say that I say yes, and I sort that. Well, now I just sorted the years, but now all the data is kind of out of order, right? So 2013 is not supposed to go with Avatar. That's not when that movie came out. So that doesn't make any sense. So I want to go back, and I just want to make sure that I have sorted by everything, that the entire row has moved with this sorting. Now, you might notice that in addition to that sorting option, there's also a filter option, and I'm actually going to go over here to this binary column. So let me get these filters back for everything. So if I click here, maybe I'd only like to see the movies that passed the Bechdel test. So if I want to do that, I can uncheck fail, click OK, and now it's kind of hidden from view. They're still here, but they're just hidden. All the movies where fail is an entry. So now I can kind of quickly see all the movies that have that particular criteria in common. You can do that with numeric columns as well, but I think it's just usually going to have you either check all the numbers rather than a range in Excel, depending on how it's entered. I'm going to go ahead and take that off, so let me just go ahead and put that back. So all the movies are back again. But I do want to show you something. Let's say that with this binary column, right now it says pass and fail. What if I want to do like a numeric option? Maybe I want it to say 0 or 1, so 0 means fail, 1 means pass. And maybe there's some reason with data analysis later or visualization that I'd like to have the numeric option as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click on this column, and I'm going to insert a new column, and I'm going to make a new column, and I'm going to label it, because every time you make a new column in R, you should always have a column header. And I want this to represent the numeric version of pass-fail. But I don't want to just go through like 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. That would take a really long time. So I'm going to show you a shortcut, is I could just sort the data by this column right here, and I have all the fails together. So these are all going to be zeros. And I don't even have to enter all of them manually, because I can just click on this little green box in the corner. There's a little plus icon that shows up, and I can drag that down for as long as I need to until I get to the past movies after some amount of time here. Should be coming up soon. There it is. And then I can just continue with ones for the rest of the way. And another cool trick with Excel, if I want to go all the way to the bottom of my listed data, you can just double click that little box and it will autofill until the end of the data, so I don't even have to drag it down. Okay, one last feature with regard to sorting. Let's say I'd like to sort the data by more than one criteria simultaneously. So if that's the case, you can use the sort hierarchy. Again, if you're on Mac, it might look a little bit different, but this is what it looks like on a PC. And let's talk about what I want to do first. Maybe I want to sort by year. I still want the most recent movies on top, but then I want to further sort it by whether or not it passes the Bechdel test. And then third, I want to sort it by its budget. So we're going to do sort by year, largest to smallest. And then I want pass on top, so we're going to do from Z to A, followed by budget from largest to smallest. So make sure when you sort by the way that it does select all of the data down here. If you're selected on like a particular column and you click sort, I think it will prompt you to expand the selection just so that we are sorting the entire movie, not just single column entries. And I'm going to sort by year from largest to smallest. I'm going to add a level. If you're on the Mac version, it might just be a plus sign. It might not say add a level, but you can just click the plus sign. Then by binary, and then lastly by budget. This one's going to be Z to A. I want pass first, and then I want largest to smallest budget. So now I've done that. So now all the 2013 movies are going to be on top. So 2013, 2012, 2011. And within 2013, it's going to sort this by pass, then fail, right? So then pass, then fail, and then we start 2012 and we start over again. And within 2013 pass movies, it's being sorted by largest budget. So once we get to fail, that budget value kind of starts over again from largest to smallest again. So I have used the sorting hierarchy to kind of further sort, like a further rule of, like first sort by this, and then for all movies where this is the same value, sort by this column, and then for all movies where that's still the same value, sort by this column. So that's kind of a cool sorting feature that you can use perhaps in the future.